Now, there's a lot of disparity between the rights that cohabiting couples enjoy and the ones that married couples enjoy. So, you were invited, I believe, to an Island Advocate to learn more about this issue.
Yeah, I went to this presentation last Monday and it was completely enlightening. I'd assumed that if you're a common law wife or a common law husband, then your legal rights are going to be quite similar to the actual married couples. And a constituent raised the issue about 3 weeks ago, and that was kind of my first insight into it. And then last Monday it kind of became quite a huge awareness that there was something that perhaps needed to be considered.
Because, of course, property, parental, there's no financial rights that a married couple would enjoy. You don't get that in a cohabiting relationship unless you've signed one of these cohabitation agreements, and that's not always the first thought on most people's minds, is it?
Definitely. It also affects the children, because I assume that if there was a child in a relationship, that child would kind of have preferential treatment and be looked after, and there are questions over something so basic. So, yeah, without the actual agreement, and as it was raised last week, that if you're in a relationship, you start asking questions about how do we sit down and create a legal document, suddenly questions are asked about the relationship. So, yeah, it's questionable on many levels.
And I suppose when you've got to sit down and iron out that agreement, you might not have talked about those issues before, and that might cause a bit of tension, I suppose, because, you've got to address things that, if they go wrong, though they might not, you've got to address those issues. So it's quite personal in a way, what you've got to deal with.
Definitely, especially when you assume you're on a similar level playing field to a married couple, and the married couple who, once they've got married, all the processes are in place in terms of solutions and arbitration and outcomes. And then when you look at a cohabiting couple, it's completely different. And also something that got me was the openness in terms of when a solution is found at the end of the day, that's open for other people to see in terms of the value of the money put into the relationship, how much people take out, and it just opens everything up to the public, which many people wouldn't really be happy with.